Hey everyone, it's Kong again with another Casual Illusion Connect video. In this one, as I mentioned in my last video, I just wanted to kind of take a peek through the shop and just go over the various things that are available and kind of talk about what looks like a good deal and what doesn't. I'm planning on staying free to play in this game for a while, other than the $1 freebie pack that was available in here. And that's something I would recommend even most free-to-play players pick up, because it's $1. You can consider that the cost of admission to the game, and it gets you a pretty good SSR character. And it supports the developers, even if you don't plan on actually being a spender. So other than that, in this first bestseller tab we have the Phoenix SVIP, which is basically your permanent VIP status. If you're gonna even be a moderate or mild spender, I'd think this would be one of the first things that you would pick up. It lasts for as long as the game is online. You get 10 summon tickets right away, and then every week you get 5 summon tickets for the rest of the life of the game. You also get this extra 6,600 diamonds from Anna's event, so I'll show you what that's referring to. It's just in your kind of login progress perks. There's this other little event where as you clear chapters in the story, you get these little rewards, and you can't cash in these extra VIP rewards unless you have that VIP pack, so that's what that's for. The other VIP status thing that you can purchase is a monthly purchase, which is $5 a month. These are American prices. And this is basically just like a steady income of diamonds. So you get some diamonds right away when you make the purchase, and then you get 100 diamonds a day. So that ends up being, if you're not counting it at the discounted rate, it's a summon every 2 days. So roughly 15 additional summons per month with that one. So yeah, I'd say if anyone who's planning on spending, these would be like the first 2 things that you would pick up. So next tab we have our packs, and these are your basic traditional gacha packs, where it's just like random little supplies. Diamonds are your usual summoning currency, summoning tickets as well. Framelight cards, these are just little extra ways of speeding up your idle resource farming. So when you're looking at your random rewards that you collect, you can put in, when you have cards, these resource cards, you can use them to automatically instantly cash out a certain amount of resources. So those are things that make sense to just toss those into various packs that you can buy to give you extra little resources. So these in here, I'd say take them on a case-by-case basis depending on what your spending limits are. For most low spenders, probably just these little dollar packs. For some reason, the rest of the prices in the shop are in Canadian for me, but just those bestsellers are in American. But yeah, I'd say for low spenders, stick with the little dollar packs because you're getting a couple tickets out of them. Anything above and beyond that is more whale tier stuff. Then we go on to additional packs, and these are ones that are limited on a daily or weekly or monthly basis, and they're all kind of similar to the regular packs that you can buy. You got your diamonds, you got your summoning tickets, and you got your resource cards. Again, $1 all the way up through, actually the daily ones are fairly cheap. When you get up into the weekly and the monthly limit ones, that's when they start having some better loot. This one's interesting on a monthly basis, being able to buy 20 gold partner stones. Gold partner stones are kind of like memory shards in Langrisser, where you collect a bunch of them and then you can cash them in for a unit, essentially. And then, of course, these higher tier ones, the more expensive ones, like this one has 20 select tickets, which is a really valuable resource for summoning on guaranteed SSR unit banners, which I'll talk about in a little more detail in the next couple days when I do my actual summoning video. So the monthly card tab, that's just kind of a rehash of the bestseller tab. except in Canadian dollars now. It makes sense that they're a bestseller, or that they're best-selling items, though. Then we have the Diamonds tab, and this is just your straight-up way of purchasing diamonds for cash. I don't think these are really a great deal. They might be an easy or lazy shortcut to getting a huge amount of diamonds if you don't want to buy a bunch of like daily and smaller packs. But I haven't really crunched the numbers and done the math to see how they add up. But as you can see, this little dollar pack, for your first recharge, it's only 120 diamonds, which you can get up here. Well, I mean, that's limited, but you can get them daily. 120 diamonds with extra junk for the same price. So I guess if you just need to buy like a whole bunch of them at once, then this might be your only option, but otherwise it's better to pace yourself and just buy the supplies. The next tab is your exchange, and this is kind of a traditional gacha thing where you can trade your gold resources or a little bit of your summoning resources for just character upgrade junk that you can get from playing the game naturally. You probably don't need to buy this stuff. The gear tab, now that's something interesting. So these little shard flame things are kind of like your ore in Langrisser, so your mithril ore and your orichalcum ore. And these things are basically your weapon gambles. So you can see here, you can also buy this honor gem and the amplification gem. Those are used for basically leveling up or ascending your gear pieces. So you need to use one of these honor gems to level up the threshold levels of your SSR gear. So in that sense, these are kind of like your martial spirits from Langrisser. And then diamonds to tickets. This is basically just the conversion that the summoning screen will do for you. You spend 200 diamonds for a ticket, or if you're doing it in a batch, you get a little bit of a discount. You don't really need to do this conversion, because when you're in there summoning, if you have no tickets left and you try to summon, it'll automatically ask you to convert your diamonds to tickets. Next we have the skin tab, and this is basically just where you can buy some skin vouchers. And if you want skins, I guess you're going to need to buy skin vouchers, but that's pretty simple. And then there's the skin tab. The game starts out with you have access to a free skin for Rikia, and then you can buy one for Hotaru. And I'm sure they're going to populate this with more skins in the future as well. So the skin vouchers or the skin tickets might end up becoming quite a limited resource. I'm not sure. I haven't really seen them come up in rewards or events or anything like that yet, but I'm sure when new skins come out, they'll also have skin ticket rewards from stuff like that. And then we have this limited time shop, and that's a fairly interesting thing. I'll talk about this a little bit more when I talk about summoning, but the way summoning banners work in this game is slightly different than you might expect. Banners come out on a schedule that's dictated by the age of your account, rather than the age of like the servers, so it's not all unified on a calendar timeline from the time that the game launched. So when your account is 4 days old, you get access to this Maki Select Summoning Banner, and that comes with this limited time shop supply as well. There's going to be another Select Banner, I believe it's at like 18 days account age, and that's going to be for, I think it's Kasumi, another SSR character. And there'll probably be another limited shop stock at that time as well. So the reason this is fairly interesting, because it seems like the contents of this part of the shop are going to be kind of varied based on how old your account is and what banners you have available to you. And yeah, the stuff that's in here is, again, really going to be determined by your spending thresholds and your spending limits in this game. You can see that the theme of most of these things is these select tickets, because those are really the key to this event. It's a select summoning banner, so you're going to want to especially if you're a whale, you're going to want a reliable way to get a bunch of these select tickets so that you can summon. I think you need to use 70 summons to get a guaranteed on-banner character. And it has to be these select summons, it can't just be normal summons. So as long as you have 70 of those stocked up, you're guaranteed to get that character. So whales probably will definitely want to at least get one copy of the character, if not multiples. And then there's some extra stuff thrown in, like SSR gear and stuff like that. Again, whether you want to really go hard on this limited select stuff is really going to be determined by your spending limits. So if you're a free-to-play player or a really low, kind of what Dongo would call a barnacle tier pay player, you're probably going to want to stick to, obviously, the cheap dollar packs. And then maybe, if you really want to go the extra mile, the permanent SVIP pack, because that's something you just buy once and then forget about it. It makes sense that they would launch this at the start of the game, because they know that's when they're going to have the biggest player base available to them. And they can sell this to people who may not even continue playing the game in the future. So yeah, this is something that I think people will buy and then not have to think about anymore. If you're more of a middle tier spender, then I can see you getting some of the bigger packs. Nicer things like more summoning tickets. And some of the things have like, well, even a low tier spender, I'd say it might be worth buying this little $2 pack because it has shards for Saya. It just helps you upgrade your character a little bit more quickly. And then the whales obviously are going to whale on whatever the whales want to whale on. So yeah, that's just kind of a little interesting overview of the stuff that's in the shop. I thought it might be interesting to kind of go over it with a little bit more of a systematic peek. If I do decide to spend on this game, this would be the first thing I would buy, just because then I don't need to worry about spending over and over again. There's no, or I haven't been able to find, at least yet, any kind of Echo of Light type reward that adds up all your ongoing spending and then gives you additional loot on top of that. It might be in here somewhere and it just hasn't popped up for me because I haven't spent anything yet. The only other thing that's kind of shop related is, again, in this daily kind of ongoing reward quest type panel, there's this thing called Dreamweaver Dream Privileges. And again, that's something I don't really fully understand how this works because it doesn't appear in the shop. This is the only place that it shows up. But it looks like if you buy this pack, you either have a limited number of times you can do this or a limited time limit. That as you reach star levels from gaining stars in the Dream quest mode, you also get these bonus diamonds that you can only cash in if you have this privilege unlocked. So since I haven't purchased this, I'm able to cash in just the basic 100 diamond rewards for meeting these thresholds, but not the massive... You know, each of these privilege rewards is worth at least a 10 pull in the gacha. So that's another thing that you can kind of sneak in here and buy that if you want another steady stream of diamonds coming in. So yeah, that's a high-level overview of all of the spending options that you have available to you, at least at the 4-day mark, which is how old my account is. And I guess most accounts on Global, other than from the soft launch, are going to be around 4, 5, 6 days old. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you're playing this game or if you're planning on spending in this game in the comments. What do you think are the best deals in the shop? If you're planning on spending, what are you planning on buying? Like, what's your priorities for the things in the shop that you're planning on picking up? So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next Illusion Connect video. Cheers, everyone.